You know, that feeling, right? That little nudge inside that says there's more to you, more to life than just this physical body, this meat suit, as some people call it.
Yeah, like it's just one layer of something way, way bigger.
Exactly. So if that clicks with you, you're going to love this. Today, we're doing a real deep dive into the spiritual dimensions of reality.
We're talking a journey, starting from our everyday 3D world.
And going all the way up through things like soul families, oversouls, and eventually trying to get our heads around the source itself.
It's fascinating. Rudolf Steiner had this idea about the fourth dimension, the astral world, he called it. He thought understanding it could give us clues about how, well, higher dimensional folks might see us in 3D.
Like us trying to understand a cartoon character versus the actual person.
Kind of, yeah. Like trying to grasp a shadow without knowing the object casting it. So maybe exploring 4D gives us a peek beyond our own limits.
Okay, that makes sense. And I like that analogy of tuning a radio, finding different frequencies. Could our consciousness work like that? Tuning into different reality.
I think that really hits home. Because this whole idea of multiple realities, it's not new, is it? Spiritual traditions have talked about this forever, really.
True.
But what's cool now is maybe seeing how, I don't know, quantum physics might actually start to give us a new language for these old ideas.
Absolutely. Planes, dimensions, whatever you call them, it feels like our everyday reality is just like one channel on the cosmic TV.
And Seth, you know, this Entity channel by Jane Roberts, they talk about dimensions as different states of reality. And that fourth dimension, well, that's a really intriguing place to start looking deeper.
So maybe these other dimensions aren't like galaxies away.
That's the mind-bending part. They might be right here, coexisting with our 3D space. It's just, where's your focus? What frequency is your consciousness tuned to? That's what determines the layer you interact with.
Okay, so let's start at the absolute beginning. Dimension number 1.
The first dimension. Imagine stripping everything away. No up, no down, no direction at all. Just a single point.
Just a dot.
That's it. The simplest possible form. It's like the seed, the foundation from which everything else grows.
And spiritually, this connects to oneness, right?
Exactly. That's a key concept. It's not just an idea. It's seen as a state where time itself collapses. Past, present, future, all happening in one eternal now.
So that point holds everything.
It represents that first flicker of awareness. Some call it the universal soul, the universal mind, that shared consciousness beneath it all.
It's kind of wild that ancient teachings linked rocks and minerals to this 1D state, just elemental being.
Yeah, pure existence. And here's a really thought-provoking twist from some spiritual views, that many humans, even though we live in this complex 3D world, might actually operate primarily from a 1D level of consciousness.
You mean focus just on basic survival? Food, shelter?
Pretty much. Purely on those fundamental needs. It connects right to the root chakra, that energy center for safety and security.
Wow. So we could be physically here, but our awareness is kind of anchored way back at the start.
It's a perspective. And it fits with the idea that souls maybe don't just leap into human form fully formed.
Right, there's a progression.
Yeah, spiritual frameworks often suggest souls might spend lifetimes, maybe many lifetimes, experiencing the first and second dimension, building up enough awareness, enough complexity before a human incarnation is even possible.
Like cosmic primary school.
You could put it that way, a gradual unfolding. And for us here in 3D, thinking about 1D, it's important. It reminds us of that ultimate unity.
So tapping into that feeling of connection with everything.
Exactly. Contemplating that point helps us feel deeply interconnected. The spiritual path isn't just about flying up. It's also about remembering and grounding back into that fundamental oneness.
That single point containing infinite possibilities.
Okay. So now picture that point stretching out, becoming a line.
Okay, go.
That's the second dimension. And bam, suddenly you have duality. You have this and that. You have separation.
The beginning of opposites.
Precisely. Energy can now divide. Light and dark, up and down. This split is fundamental for, well, for creation as we know it. Movement, interaction. It all starts here.
Consciousness-wise, this is where we start seeing me versus not me.
That's a huge step, isn't it? Delineating self from other. It's the foundation for identity, for understanding space, time, even personal existence.
You see this in nature, right? Plants turning to the sun.
Perfect example. Phototropism, responding to that duality of light and dark. Plants, lower animals, they often embody this 2D awareness, very present moment, reacting to stimuli, often more of a species consciousness.
And what about those fungi networks? Mycelium, there's talk about them having some kind of intelligence.
Oh yeah, that's fascinating stuff. Could these vast underground networks be tapping into something beyond simple 2D, maybe even higher dimensions? It really makes you question what intelligence even means.
Definitely. And that yin-yang symbol feels very 2D, doesn't it?
It absolutely captures it, that balance of opposites, not fighting, but complementing each other. Day-night, male-female. You need both for creation, for evolution.
So understanding this helps us with our own internal opposites, like joy and sorrow.
For sure, we see that dualistic pull in our emotions constantly. Love, fear, happiness, sadness. Recognizing this 2D pattern helps us understand why we feel pulled in different directions, how our choices are shaped by these pulls.
And things like meditation or energy work, are they ways to kind of balance those 2D forces within us?
I think so, yeah. Practices like chakra alignment aim to harmonize those emotional polarities, find that inner equilibrium instead of being tossed around by them.
Makes sense. And the sacral chakra is linked to 2D, creativity, nurturing.
Right. It symbolizes that genesis, the beginning of relating, creating, building communities. So reflecting on 2D consciousness can actually give us tools for our 3D lives, strategies to reconcile inner conflicts by embracing that duality, seeking balance when we feel torn.
Okay, so let's move into our home turf, the third dimension.
Ah, yes, the place we know so well, yet maybe don't fully understand. Why would souls choose this dense physical reality?
Good question. It feels limiting sometimes, doesn't it? But maybe those limits are the point.
Exactly. The limitations could be the very things that drive spiritual growth. It's like a cosmic pedagogical platform, as some sources put it, a learning ground.
A cosmic school. And linear time, past, present, future, that's a big part of 3D.
Huge. We see it as just how things are.
Mm-hmm.
But spiritually, it's viewed more as a construct, a tool designed to help us analyze events, learn about cause and effect, make choices, and see the consequences play out step by step.
Which wouldn't happen if everything was simultaneous, like in higher dimensions.
Right, and the Seth material really emphasizes this earth as this intense, rigorous training ground, a place souls actively want to come to, despite the challenges, because the learning is so potent here.
Like spiritual boot camp.
Maybe, but a very sought-after one. And this feeling of being separate individuals, which seems like the opposite of oneness. Mm-hmm. That separateness is actually key in 3D. It allows us to interact, form relationships, and see the direct results of our actions on others. That's how we learn about causality, about karma.
Through our relationships and interactions, that's where the big lessons happen.
Absolutely. Insights about ourselves, about love, compassion, the nature of reality itself. They often come through navigating those dynamics with others.
And the Law of One material calls 3D a cosmic gymnasium.
Yeah, specifically designed for developing self-awareness by wrestling with polarities, good evil, service to others, and experiencing psychological suffering. It sounds grim, but the idea is that these challenges build spiritual muscle.
So the very density and hardship are what make the learning so deep and effective.
That's the perspective, the rigidity of time and space here. The effort required to manifest things. It forces a deep immersion in each experience, each lesson. It's not easily skipped over like it might be in more fluid realms.
Okay, so every choice, every interaction is like a mini lesson.
A pivotal juncture, yeah. Challenges aren't roadblocks. They're opportunities tailor-made for our growth.
Yeah.
If you can shift your perspective to see life that way.
Then even tough times become meaningful.
Exactly. You start seeing challenges as assignments, opportunities to practice compassion, forgiveness, understanding, and realizing our interconnectedness, seeing past the illusion of separation. That's the homework for graduating 3D, essentially.
It's not just one big aha moment, though, is it?
Not usually, no. It's the sum total of countless experiences, big and small, those moments that crack us open and let the light in. Each realization expands our consciousness, bringing us closer to transcending 3D limitation.
Okay, so what comes next? The fourth dimension.
Ah, the fourth dimension. Ever had one of those dreams that felt incredibly real? So vivid you weren't sure if you were dreaming or awake?
Oh, definitely, where the lines get really blurry.
That feeling, that's your doorway into understanding the fourth dimension. It's often called the astral plane.
Astral plane, okay.
It's a realm where that clear line we usually draw between out there reality and in here imagination get fuzzy, much less defined.
So thoughts and feelings have more direct power there.
Immense power. Your emotions, your intentions, your thought, they shape your experience much more immediately and directly than here in 3D. Think of it as a bridge world, more fluid, responding instantly to your inner state.
So not just sci-fi stuff. We actually go there.
Way more often than we probably realize. And time. Time works differently there too.
How so? Not linear.
Nope. It's more simultaneous. Past, present, future, they can all intermingle, coexist. Imagine being able to see all the threads of your life, maybe even across lifetimes, all at once. It gives a totally different perspective.
Wow. And dreams are our main access point.
They're the most common way, yeah. It's like when we sleep, our astral body, our 4D vehicle, you could say, activates and explores. It's not just random brain stuff.
Just for learning, processing things.
Spiritual growth, integrating daily experiences on a deeper level, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then there's lucid dreaming.
Where you know you're dreaming.
Exactly. You become conscious within the dream, and then you can start to consciously navigate it, interact with it, even change the dream environment with your thoughts.
That sounds amazing. People say it feels super real.
Sometimes more real than waking life, reportedly. It's like stepping into the director's chair of your own inner movie.
But it's not just our own minds we encounter there.
Apparently not. The fourth dimension is also said to be populated by, well, other beings, entities, spirits, guides, things beyond our normal 3D senses.
Beings we might meet during astral projection or deep meditation.
That's the idea. People report encounters with spirit guides, intelligences, maybe even extraterrestrials, and communication often isn't verbal.
How's it work then? Telepathy.
More like thought form, direct mind-to-mind or feeling-to-feeling exchange. It hints at consciousness operating beyond our usual 3D limits.
And manifestation. Things happening just by thinking them.
That's a key aspect. Desires, intentions they can potentially actualize very quickly through the power of thought. It's a realm ripe with creative potential, but also emotional intensity.
So it's a crucial step for evolution, learning how consciousness shapes reality.
Definitely a vital training ground for that.
Yeah.
So how do we engage with it more consciously?
Developing intuition, psychic senses.
That seems to be the way. Practices like meditation, maybe channeling, energy work, they can strengthen that connection, tune us in to that 4D frequency.
So honing those skills helps us navigate the astral plane more deliberately.
Right, and potentially unlocks higher states of awareness. But it's not all light and bliss, is it?
No, definitely not. It's also described as a place where our unresolved 3D stuff, our fears, our conflicts can really come up to the surface. Duality is strong there too.
A battleground, some call it. It really pushes us to cultivate things like unconditional love, empathy. Those are seen as the keys to navigating its complexities and moving higher.
Right, so mastering 4D challenges is part of ascending.
Which brings us to the fifth dimension.
Okay, 5D, the causal plane, you said. Where formless potential starts taking shape.
Yes, representing sort of the perfected ideals, the blueprint level. And the big key word here is unity consciousness.
Unity consciousness, so that feeling of separation completely dissolves.
That's the description. You experience yourself as intrinsically connected to everything. No me and other, just oneness. You recognize the value and purpose in all existence.
Wow, so judgment just falls away.
Completely. It's characterized by unconditional love, a non-judgmental perspective. From a 5D view, judgment is seen as a very limited 3D construct. Understanding that can help us be more compassionate here, right?
Definitely. So how does reality work there? Can you shape it?
Even more directly than in 4D. Individuals are said to shape reality through focused mental energy, using what's often called the mental body.
A mental body, like an energy field for thoughts.
Kind of. It's the vehicle for conscious creation at that level. Your thoughts aren't just internal. They're tangible forces that directly mold your 5D experience.
And manifestation is instant.
That's the idea. The time lag we have in 3D between thinking something and seeing it appear, gone. Poof, instantaneous.
Like the universe is just an extension of your mind.
Exactly. Responding immediately to your will, your focus. And this connects to those ideas of parallel realities. Quantum jumping.
Ah, right. So in 5D, you can actually perceive different timelines.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
Navigate between them. Matthias de Stefano talks about learning time travel and timeline perception in 5D, integrating all the lessons from 3D and 4D into this unified awareness.
So it's like this huge interconnected web.
Where every point touches every other point. You're simultaneously the creator and the created, the observer and the observed. Information and energy just flow dynamically through the whole system.
And these astral dimensions, starting with 4D, but really kicking in here, they're called the realms of desire.
Often, yes, because manifestation is so much easier, so instant. It's considered the mid-creation realm.
Compared to 3D and 4D as the lower creation realm.
Right, because of that time lag, that density we experience here.
And you mentioned beings from even higher dimensions, like 6D, might choose to come back down here.
Yeah, it's an interesting concept. Would be to re-experience limitation, to help out, or for other reasons we can't fathom. And if they manage to retain their higher awareness while incarnated here,
they could potentially shift the whole game, like figures such as Jesus are sometimes described.
That's one interpretation, yeah. Evolving into a higher density, being right here within the third dimension.
Okay, so beyond 5D, what happens to individuality? We talked about soul families.
Right. As we move higher into the sixth dimension and beyond, our sense of connection deepens even further. Our concept of family expands way beyond blood, ties into this cosmic web.
Soul families and oversoul, where me gets even fuzzier.
Exactly. Relationships transcend time and space as we know it. Think of it like accessing a giant cosmic library, the Akashic Records.
Containing everything, every thought, experience, possibility.
That's the idea. Our true spiritual heritage is stored there, going all the way back to our first spark from the universal soul. From the source.
And our soul family is like our immediate cosmic neighborhood within that.
A good way to put it, usually described as maybe 30 to 50 souls, deeply connected, working together across many, many lifetimes, like a close-knit spiritual team.
Think about those people you just instantly click with. that deep recognition. Could they be soul family?
Yeah, it's definitely one perspective. Yeah. Souls you've journeyed with before and will again.
And beyond the soul family, in 60 and higher, the spirit realms.
That's where you encounter, well, highly advanced beings, ascended masters, archangels, entities who often guide and assist those of us in lower dimensions.
What do frameworks like the Law of One say about
They describe it as a dimension of profound unity and balance, where beings learn to perfectly harmonize love and wisdom. It's also where we might connect more clearly with our higher self.
Our higher self. Like the overseeing part of our own soul.
Yes, the aspect that holds the wisdom of all our incarnation, guiding us from a broader perspective. Then you have Oversoul.
Even bigger picture.
Much bigger. Higher dimensional aspects that are learning and evolving through all their individual expressions like us. Imagine the Oversoul as the Grand Master, playing countless chess games simultaneously, learning from every single move made by every piece.
Okay, that's mind-bending. But if we're all connected like this, why don't we remember our soul family, our Oversoul, in everyday life?
Ah, the veil of forgetting. It seems to be part of the design of our 3D experience. The focus needs to be on the immediate lessons, the individual growth within this life. Full memory might be overwhelming or distracting.
But we're not totally cut off.
No, not completely. Spiritual practices, meditation, channeling, intuitive work, they act like bridges. They help us quiet the 3D noise and tune into those subtler frequencies from our soul family, our higher self, our Oversoul.
Like tuning that radio dial again.
Exactly. With practice, the signal gets clearer, the communication becomes more lucid, more conscious.
And connecting like that helps us understand our purpose. Our soul contracts.
That's the idea. Aligning with these higher aspects can bring clarity on those pre-life agreements we made with our soul family for mutual growth. It helps us navigate life with more intention, feeling part of something much larger.
So the higher dimensions are like the mission control for our reality.
Kind of. The Oversouls, the soul families, they see the bigger picture, the whole story arc of our journey. Accessing that wisdom through introspection or meditation helps us make choices aligned with that higher purpose and contribute to our whole soul group's evolution.
Which leads us finally to the source.
The source dimension, the ultimate destination and the origin. God, Brahman, the Absolute, the Tao. So many names for something that's really beyond names.
A reality beyond form, time, everything.
The ultimate ground of being. The pure, unmanifest potential from which all dimensions, all experiences arise. Like the infinite blank canvas before the first stroke of paint.
It feels impossible to really talk about, doesn't it?
It is. Seth says it perfectly. There's a reality beyond human reality, beyond even his understanding, with knowledge that just can't be squeezed into words, experiences that are untranslatable for us.
Like the Hindu concept of Parbrahm, beyond description.
Exactly. It reminds us of the limits of our intellect when facing ultimate reality.
Yeah.
But even if we can't fully grasp it mentally, just contemplating the source, its implications for us, that's incredibly powerful.
So the source is the canvas, and we're all unique brushstrokes.
A beautiful analogy. Each one of us, each reality, is a unique, precious expression of that ultimate source. And Seth reminds us, even focused here in our physical lives, we are already awake within that greater reality, even if we don't consciously perceive it all.
So the source challenges our whole idea of consciousness.
Fundamentally, Seth suggests consciousness first had to create the space, the void, for reality to even exist, and then filled that void with infinite possibilities, is the ultimate creator, breathing the very dimensions we experience.
Wow. So all these dimensions, they're all connected back to this one source.
Deeply interconnected. And the whole spiritual journey, you could say, is about returning to that realization, remembering our oneness with Source. That's the ultimate awakening.
Like light through a prism. The source is the white light, and all the different spherical paths are the colors?
Perfect. Each path is beautiful, valid, but originates from the same pure light. This helps us understand relative truth versus absolute truth.
Relative truth being our individual viewpoint, and absolute being the ultimate reality.
Right. And bridging that gap comes from expanding our own consciousness, that we can see the value in all the different teachings, like pieces of a giant cosmic jigsaw puzzle.
Like climbing a mountain, different views on the way up, but it's all the same mountain?
Exactly. And Eckhart Tolle nails it when he says words just reduce reality to something the mind can handle, which is always limited. So maybe conflicting teachings are just different attempts to describe the indescribable using limited tools.
Does the Law of One offer a way to look at this? Dimensions versus density.
It does. It suggests dimensions might be seen as horizontal differentiations, while densities are vertical stages of evolution, just different ways of mapping the same territory, perhaps.
And Matthias de Stefano emphasizes they're all interconnected, all purposeful.
Yes, he advocates for a holistic view, embracing the diversity while seeing the underlying unity. It's all part of the journey.
Like a hologram. Every piece contains the whole.
That's a great way to think about it. Each teaching, each perspective holds a fractal of the greater truth. When we integrate them, we start to see the interconnectedness, the depth. It's like putting on 3D glasses for reality. So as you sit with all of this journey through the dimensions, ask yourself, which dimension, which frequency are you choosing to tune into today, right now?
Yeah, remember, every moment truly is a chance to expand your awareness, to connect with those infinite possibilities that are always there, just beyond our usual focus.
Your journey through these realms is absolutely unique to you. There's no single right way. So embrace it with wonder, with curiosity. See what unfolds.
Thank you so much for taking this deep dive with us today, exploring the spiritual dimensions of reality.
And maybe leave you with this thought. Knowing everything is interconnected, knowing your consciousness has this incredible potential. What new perspective could you consciously explore in your daily life, starting today, to understand your own multidimensional self just a little bit better?